Hello and welcome to the chemistry department. My name is Alison Hawkins and I'm one of the two chemistry teachers at Strode College. My colleague Noel McKilcher is the other chemistry teacher. One of the highlights of our year is welcoming the new students to the department. This year, unfortunately, we are unable to do so in person, so we put together this presentation to try and cover the points that we would usually have made in our meeting. This presentation will tell you a little bit about the course overall, the text we use and the summer assignment. If you have any questions, then our contact details can be found at the end of the presentation, as well as on the summer assignment work. Please don't hesitate to get in touch. These are some of the questions that we often get asked by students before they start the A-level chemistry course. Things like what example will we study, what's the typical class size, and how much homework will I get? The example that we follow is OCR Specification A. The textbook that you need to buy is A-level chemistry for OCR, and that covers both years of the specification. Now, chemistry is a practical subject, and as such, you will also be required to purchase your own lab coat and goggles from the college after you enrol in September. If you need any financial assistance, either with purchasing the textbooks or the PPE, then please do contact Student Services, who will send you information about our student bursary. The course is divided into 6 modules, each covering a specific area of chemistry. There's 1 practical module and 5 theoretical modules. Now, chemistry is a practical subject, and Module 1, the development of practical skills, pervades the whole course. Under normal circumstances, we will complete 1 practical a week. Now, there's no separate practical examination, but you do have to complete 13 example practicals, which will result in you being awarded a practical endorsement on your final A-level certificate. This provides evidence to universities and future employers that you have achieved an appropriate level of skill at practical work. These skills range from analytical tests to electrochemical investigations and organic preparations. A typical organic preparation would involve the synthesis and purification of 2-ethanoyl benzoic acid, commonly known as aspirin. Of the remaining modules, modules 2, 3 and 4 are completed in Year 1, and modules 5 and 6 are completed in Year 2. These modules will have a familiar look and feel to them. The big difference will be the depth and detail which are involved at this new higher level. For example, at GCSE you'll be familiar with electron configuration. So sodium, Na, has an electron configuration of 2-8-1, 2 electrons in shell 1, 8 in shell 2, 1 in shell 3. At A level, however, is much more interesting and detailed. Studies show that some shells or energy levels can be split further into subshells, and that electrons are arranged within these shells in orbitals. These new detailed electron configurations enable us to give more exacting explanations for chemical behaviour. You will also study new topics which you have not covered at GCSE. Nuclear magnetic resonance, or NMR, is a technology that forms the basis for MRI machines in hospitals, as well as other spectroscopic techniques that you will study. In order to gain the greatest benefit from the course, you will need to be highly organised, so make sure that you are very well prepared for every lesson. You will need to bring A4 paper, pens, pencil, ruler, a scientific calculator, your textbook and a file to store your class notes in. Keep in mind that you'll be carrying these files around college. Some students like to have an A4 working file that they carry with them and larger lever arch files at home in which they transfer notes. It's going to be really important that you keep your notes tidy and well ordered, because your A-level is entirely assessed by exam and you'll need to go back to your notes to revise for these exams. In addition to the items above, we will issue you with a booklet outlining the course lesson by lesson. This will ensure that you are always up to date and you know exactly where you are on the schedule. Each week you are expected to complete a minimum of 5 hours of independent study per subject. This will include homework, but there is also an expectation that you will read around the subject area, access resources from Google Classroom and Moodle, which is our BLE, and prepare for future lessons using the course booklet. Our class size varies, but it is typically 15 to 20 students. Please be reassured that by the time you join us, we will have in place all recommended social distancing requirements. As well as learning chemistry, the course provides you with a wide range of transferable skills, including numeracy, literacy, critical thinking, practical thinking, and time management, which are highly valued in both higher education and employment. Some of the careers that previous students have followed include medicine, pharmacy, biomedical science, sports science, chemical engineering, maths, law, history, biology, and of course chemistry. Our students have a wide range of enrichment opportunities. Students take part in the Royal Society of Chemistry Analyst Competition, which is held at local universities such as Kingston. The Royal Society Olympiad, which is a national competition and in which last year our students achieved a gold, a silver and 2 bronze awards. We also run the Strode College Science Symposium, where students present their own research to lecturers from Royal Holloway University, the Science Challenge, and the yearly STEM Day that involves participants from many external and academic institutions. On this day, we look at issues such as surgical infections, antibiotic resistance, aircraft accident investigations, maths at university, and conservation. Now, I must mention the summer assignment. Students will begin their studies at A level with a variety of experiences from GCSE. In order to give every student a reasonable baseline, we have produced an assignment which covers some basic concepts. If you work through the questions, all of which should be familiar to you, you'll be well prepared for your A-level course. Now please don't worry about the A-level content itself. We will take you through the course step by step and will offer help and advice in how to keep up to date and achieve the best results that you can. So finally, a little bit more about assessment. Throughout the course, you will have key assessments that allow your progress to be monitored. It also means that any problems you're having with the course are identified and dealt with so you don't fall behind. At the end of the first year, you will sit an examination to assess your progress. It's set by us, not the exam board, on the work that you have studied in the first year, and it will be a good indicator of how your year has gone. At the end of the second year, you will sit 3 external examinations set by the exam board. These are written papers and they will determine your final grade. The first 2 papers are 2¼ hours long, the third one is 1½ hours long. Now it's clear that a presentation like this will only give you an outline of what the course will be like. You may have lots of questions which I have not addressed, but please don't worry, simply email either myself, Alison Hawkins, or my colleague Noel McKilcher and ask. We will be delighted to help. I look forward to seeing you in September. Keep well, keep safe, and have a great summer.